It's a bonus edition of the Book Club for Kids. Hi, I'm Kitty Felde. This week we speak with a trio of fantasy lovers from Newport Mill Middle School in Maryland. They not only tell us their favorite books, but also explain why they love the fantasy genre.
Hello, my name is Francesca, and my favorite series is Percy Jackson and the Olympians. It's part of a huge collection of books about mythology, but the first series is how it's all new to the readers and to the main character. He's just being introduced to this whole mythological journey where he doesn't know anything, but he's learning a lot and making new friends.
When you first read it, did you know anything about Greek mythology?
I knew the main Olympian gods, but nothing much other than that.
Well, then tell me why this works. Rick Riordan is so brilliant at this, and everybody suddenly becomes a Greek god expert. Tell me why does it work for you?
It's a lot of old stories that could be boring, but he mixes in a lot of humor that kind of pull in the readers and make it really interesting.
All right, favorite book?
Hi, my name is Radha, and my favorite book is I Lived on Butterfly Hill, and there's another book in the series called Maps of Memory. I like those books because there's a lot of hardships, but in the end, things are really happy, and also I like the historical fiction part of it. It's just really interesting, and there's also mystery and stuff, so yeah.
Well, and I Lived on Butterfly Hill is one of our Book Club for Kids podcast episodes, and we will include a link to that in our show notes. It's almost like you're saying you liked it because of the struggles, but also because of the, and I hate to use the word, but happy ending. Do we like those kinds of stories?
Kind of, yeah. It's kind of relatable, but not going through a dictatorship, but it's kind of relatable because, sometimes things are hard, but there's silver linings, I guess.
Well, do they provide, say lessons for us?
Yeah, I guess so, to not give up, stuff like that.
Hello, my name is Romy, and my favorite book is A Magic Seeped in Poison. It's a really cool adventure fantasy book that is about saving a family member, and the main character goes through a lot of trouble using magic tea in order to try to take the poison out of her sister, which she herself caused her sister to have. And it's a really cool adventure book with a bunch of twists and turns that is really interesting.
Why do you like this book particularly?
Probably because of the tea. I like tea.
So do I. But I don't think I've had any tea that's had magical powers other than waking me up in the morning.
No. The main character is a type of person that can use tea in order to give people courage, poison people, heal people, kind of is able to also sense omens using it. And it's really interesting because the main character accidentally killed her mother and poisoned her sister. But now we realize that she might not be as inexperienced and weak as it might seem because she's defeating many people and is really strong.
We talked a minute ago about life lessons. Is there some kind of life lesson that you've taken away from this? Besides, I can use tea to poison people. I probably won't, but...
Probably that you should not doubt yourself, because she doubted herself, and when she wasn't doubting herself, she was a lot stronger than when she was.
All three of you say you love fantasy. Yes.
Absolutely.
Tell me why.
It's sort of like another world. It can really boost your imagination and distract you from homework or other things you don't want to think about. And it has a lot of depth, and there's always different possibilities. There's no limits to what you have to do.
There's always something new that you haven't heard about in fantasy books, and I used to really, really, really despise fantasy, but then my friends introduced me to Keeper of the Lost Cities, And then
Which I should mention is another Book Club for Kids episode, and we'll have a link as well at the website, bookclubforkids.org.
And after realizing that, like, it doesn't just have to be unicorns and rainbows, it's really interesting, and there's like lots of plot twists, and there's just so much creativity that the author can use.
Yeah. Nothing is really set in stone with fantasy. Anything can happen. It's all up to the creator's mind, the writer's mind. But usually in fantasy, the writers also leave some things for you to yourself imagine. So it isn't just set in stone, but people can personalize the story for their own beliefs and their own, whatever they like.
We'll have a list of all their favorite books and a picture of our Newport Mill readers at our website, bookclubforkids.org, on our Books We Love page. That's where you can find dozens and dozens and dozens of other books that are the favorites of our Book Club for Kids kids. And if you would like to be on the show, all you need is a favorite book and a smartphone. You just record yourself on the voice memo app, telling us your first name, the name of your school and city, the name of your favorite book, and why you love it. And then email the audio file to us at kitty@bookclubforkids.org. You can also send a selfie of yourself with a book. And if your classroom would like to be on the show, everybody in your classroom, just have your teacher email us for more information. Again, that email address is kitty@bookclubforkids.org. I'm Kitty Felde. Thanks so much for listening.